This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
You with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I'm in. Tori just won't let it go.
No. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It is... Who's going to do it?
Friday.
Yes, that's right. It's Friday, April 5th. Take a drink of water. It's cool. We are live, and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. I'm here with Stephanie, Tori, Brandon, and I am Sam. Let's get started. Well, serious news here. The family of a missing boy is speaking out right now after a man claimed to be Timothy Pitson, who went missing 7 years ago in Chicago when he was just 6 years old. But DNA tests revealed the man who turned himself in earlier this week was not the missing boy. Instead, he is this 23-year-old Ohio man with a criminal record who just got out of jail a month ago. His name is Brian Reaney, and he's now being charged with making false statements to a federal agent, according to the FBI. And Timothy Pitson's family is reacting to the hoax.
We know that you are out there somewhere, Tim, and we will never stop looking for you, praying for you, and loving you. It's devastating. Yeah. It's like reliving that day all over again.
Wow. Now, I just have to say that the suspect here, I don't even know what to call him, Tori, what the appropriate word is, but Brian Reaney's brother has since made an appearance, and he gave his formal interview, and according to his brother, and I think we should take this into consideration, not excusing it, but according to his brother, Brian Reaney suffers from Asperger's as well as from bipolar disorder. So we all should take it into consideration. Not sure if he was in his right mind. Again, it does not excuse what he did and what those parents must be going through right now.
Yeah, I think this is a lose-lose, but it's sort of a perfect storm, and so there's not a lot of blame to go here. First of all, the family is going to feel horrible, but also we don't know what's going on behind this man's mental health, and he could have been obsessed, or he could have been something, or trying to help. We don't know. It just was a perfect storm of someone with a mentally ill problem and people with a lot of hope, and the country wanting it so bad that this is what happened.
Wouldn't the police department wonder, like, this doesn't look like a 14-year-old boy to us before they gave the family some hope?
Yeah, I think that's why they did the DNA test, you know, just to make sure. I mean, 23-year-old trying to pose as a 14-year-old. I mean, you only
17.
see that in...
Sorry, 17, my bad.
I mean, you only see that in movies, but I feel so terrible for the father, because the one thing that has been keeping the father alive is that hope that his son is alive. I mean, just think, your wife took the kid, murdered herself, or committed suicide, and left a suicide note about how you never see the kid again. And I just, like the sister or whoever that lady was who said, we're reliving it all over again. I just hope nothing triggers him.
But the good news is we are talking about Timothy, and I think that's going to help if there's any way to find him. The silver lining is now we all know about Timothy Pitson.
Is that the silver lining?
I think this is the beauty to the story. I mean, it's very tragic, it's very upsetting and sad, and I can't imagine what that family must be going through and how they must be feeling. It must be regurgitating so many old emotions, but we're all now talking about him. He's back in the limelight. His name has been put all over different forms of media.
The pictures are
so let's try and remain positive, and you never know.
And everybody
find him.
And everybody be on the lookout, so to speak. Yeah. Well, the man, we're going to move on. The man accused of killing rapper Nipsey Hussle in front of his LA clothing store on Sunday pleaded not guilty, in court yesterday. This is Eric Holder, who was charged with Nipsey Hussle's murder, and you'll never guess who is defending him. It is Christopher Darden, who you may recall was a famous prosecutor in the OJ case. If you don't even remember that name, it's the guy who was so infamous with the
glove don't fit, you must have quit.
That's Johnny Cochran who said that.
I know.
Johnny Cochran said that, but Darden.
Yes, because of Darden.
Now, and Darden has been known widely as someone who went against his own race for a lot of people, because he prosecuted against OJ, and he's going against Nipsey Hussle in this. So there's going to be some backlash here, and there's going to be a lot of publicity. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's going to be hard to find.
Do you think he wants the publicity?
Absolutely, he's trying to stay relevant. He has to be selling something. He must have a book coming out or something. And what you were saying about how he goes against his race, how he's called a race traitor, that's what people are calling a Darden dilemma. But
is that fair, though? Is that fair?
No,
I mean, if he's just doing his job as a...
Why take this case?
I think you guys, in America, you call it an ambulance chaser. So someone who's going after the drama for the exact reason of they want to have their name in the press. He wants to bring publicity to himself. I mean, do you really want to defend this guy?
But he had a huge almost breakdown after the OJ case, so it's not like he craves that as much as we think. I wonder why, but it's going to give a whole other level to this trial.
Why else? Security cameras, witnesses. Like, why else would you plead not guilty? Why else would you represent this man? This man doesn't have money to retain him as legal counsel. He doesn't have money to pay for him. So why else is he doing this pro bono?
You definitely don't know that. He could have a lot of money. You don't know that.
Eric Holder?
You don't know how much money that man has. You don't.
All right. Wow. Interesting.
All right.
We'll have to wait and see. Chime in, DBL Nation. We are reading your comments, and we want to hear from you as well. Well, we do have to give a big DBL shout-out to Kathie Lee Gifford. This is Kathie Lee's final day on the Today Show after 11 years hosting the show's free-spirited fourth hour. Craig Melvin from the show tweeted out this sweet photo toasting Kathie Lee with a glass of white wine, of course. And check out that awesome throne they got her to mark the occasion.
Wow.
And you're going to want to grab some tissue because she left us quite the tearful goodbye. Watch.
Jeremiah 29 says, I know the plans I have you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. That's not just true for me, you guys. That's true for everybody watching. Trust him. Let him love you like he wants to love you. Like I am loved by all of you. Thank you. Love you, Kathie.
She's as sincere as they come.
Almost clapped.
So cute.
I mean, she's sincere as they come. What do you think her legacy will be?
I think her legacy is still yet to come. I don't think we need to write her off just yet. I'm excited to see the movies that she's going to write, all about The Widow that we've just seen, she's been released. I think we've got so much more to see from this woman. She's an inspiration to so many women, and I love this. It's a true, amazing story for women in Hollywood because we often get told you get to a certain age, you're not relevant anymore. You know what? She's now going on to having a whole other career in the media, so good for her.
I would say, Tori, that she's the first person, at least I know in my generation, that really embraced herself. I know Oprah did too, but Kathie Lee did it in a way where she was like, I don't care if you love me, I don't care if you hate me, this is me. And I really appreciated that.
Totally. I think that we're about to see more the transparent 20s, as I like to call them, coming up. Every celebrity knows the authenticity gives you the best, right? Well, Kathie Lee did it before it was cool, and I think the best thing is she talked about nothing, the mundane things of getting coffee in the morning, and it just was wonderful to hear a real, true friend. So whether you hated her or loved her, everything she did, she touched, it turns to gold.
I agree. I agree. Well, rapper Lil Nas X is back in the headlines today. The up-and-coming rapper became a star with his hit song Old Town Road. It was on the Billboard charts for R&B, hip-hop, and country. That is until Billboard yanked the song off the country charts, saying it wasn't country enough. Well, now the 19-year-old is teaming up with singer Billy Ray Cyrus for a remix. So would it be considered country now? DBL Nation, it's time for you to be the judge. So head to dblvote.com and let us know what you think. Let's start with the original song, shall we? Hit it. Oh yeah, now it's here. The remix. Are we ready for the remix?
Yeah.
The remix.
With Billy Ray Cyrus. Hit it. Okay, while we get to Brandon, because he's giving me some side-eye.
I was gonna say.
You all vote. DBL Nation, vote away, vote away. Go for it, Brandon.
Here we go again. Another Cyrus and their cultural appropriation. Remember 2013 to 15, Miley Cyrus sucked hip-hop dry, rocking gold teeth, twerking all over Robin Thicke at the VMAs. You would have thought Hannah Montana was from the hood. So this is what I'm saying. Lil Nas X, beware, because he might break your icky bricky heart. That's all I gotta say about that. At me, please at me at Brandon on TV.
You bring up such a good point.
That's a really good point. Now, although, can we at least give Billy Ray Cyrus some credit for being like, man, everybody's ostracizing little Nas X. Everyone's saying he's not country enough. I'm going to help him out, and we're going to do a collab. Is that not cool?
I mean, it's cool for him to do that, but I think he's doing it just because he has to, because of his daughter, how she turned her back on hip-hop. I'm rocking my J's on. I
remember.
Like, come on, we remember that. And then she just turned her back on hip-hop and walked away.
Maybe she evolved, but I get your point. I hear you. Do you want to hear the remix one more time? I do.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's way more country now. It's way more country now. He has brought a different element to it that was not there before, and I'm still disappointed in these terrible lyrics. But
can we hear it again?
The sports bra matching with sports car and sports bra.
I mean, come on.
Let's hear it.
Come on.
Let's see what our DBL Nation, they're going to be the final vote. So DBL Nation, R&B hip hop, that is the audience average. So that's the genre you believe it fits into. Even with the remix, DBL Nation, really?
I don't think that's right.
You think country?
I think it's way more country now.
I could smell the leather of the saddle that was written on. It was more country.
That's hilarious. All right, DBL is live. We'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, exercising every day can be a challenge, but don't worry, Brandon Lennon cracks the code on how to stay motivated. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. What do you think about celebrities and even friends who tease a big old announcement on social media? Does it make you excited or just annoyed? We're going to share your comments about that live coming up next.
With the DBL digital team here. I'm tracking all the breaking news and trending stories. Let's go to the desk and see what's going on over here. Hey guys, what's going on over here?
Gosh, really quickly. I thought he was 14, not 17.
14, I thought as well.
He's abducted at 6 and 8.
Yeah, he's 14 at Rosh.
Check, guys.
Because I was corrected in my ear to say 17. I'm pretty sure he's 14. Okay, but let's...
6 when he was gone.
David, can I talk to Rosh real quick?
Oh, what's going on, DBL Nation? I didn't even see you there, you guys. Love the new song, but I'm just saying, you know, I didn't want to sound like a hater when it comes to the Billy Ray Cyrus, Little Nas X thing. I'm just saying how Miley Cyrus just turned her back on hip hop. That's what kind of started that beef with Nicki Minaj. And I know
someone corrected me.
It's just is what it is. I know Billy Ray Cyrus is doing a good thing. He's trying to get him back on the Country Billboard Music Awards, Billboard Top 100. But to me, it looks like, you know, cultural appropriation all over again. But I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not that much of a hater. Stephanie has special people in town today. Let's put them on camera.
Is that okay?
There you go.
Brother-in-law and sister. Natalie and Matthew.
So tell us a funny Stephanie story from when she was young.
They're funny. Okay, so
oh God, I'm really nervous.
Straight away. So when we were young, Stephanie wasn't allowed Smarties because she was always a bit crazy.
It makes me really naughty.
One time when she had Smarties,
are the Smarties like the little candy?
Candy. Candy. She threw her pram out the window.
Is that your crib?
A stroller.
Oh, stroller.
I threw a stroller at the window and smashed it.
High on Smarties.
She had too much sugar.
When I was little, so I was banned from having sugar.
I did see that. Okay, so let me just tell the whole panel in the show. So there was a little discrepancy, DBL Nation, when we were deciding the age, whether it's 14, 17. So he is 14 years old, or appeared to be. The missing child is 14.
Got it.
This gentleman, who is a 23-year-old or 24-year-old Ohio adult, claimed to be a 14-year-old. So yeah, you would think that the FBI would immediately be like, this doesn't look like a 14-year-old.
He faces 8 years in prison.
He faces 8 years in prison. He has been charged. All right.
Okay.
Welcome back to DBL. It is time for Fifth Host, when we talk about what you're talking about. Country star Miranda Lambert teased her fans this week with a big announcement by posting this image of a sign that says coming soon. Her followers, of course, went nuts. The letter G is pink. Is it baby news? A new album? A movie? Nope. She has now announced an all-female tour. So DBL Nation, that got us thinking, are you excited or annoyed when someone teases a big announcement?
A lot of people have been writing in on this, so let's get to these comments. Carla from Facebook says, I think it's so fun when celebs tease announcements like that. It gets me so pumped for the big news every time. Agreed, Carla. The same people, if you're going to get mad at this, be mad when a movie trailer drops. Be mad when you go to the movie theater and it says coming in 2021, Boys in the Hood 3 or something like that. You know, you have to tease to get people excited to make sure they go see what you're going to release on that date.
Nice. Percy from Facebook said...
What, Boys in the Hood 3?
I felt dismissive.
Nice. Anywho, Percy from Facebook says, when celebs post something cryptic, I always assume it's something way more awesome than it ends up being. Then I'm just disappointed. Yeah, I agree with Brandon on this. I love the cryptic. Beyonce, when she does like a surprise album, is the best. But the problem is if you fake us out once, you've cried wolf. So this Miranda Lambert thing, I thought it was something bigger than this. So maybe next time, I think...
Selective?
Yeah, you don't want to cry wolf on this. You got to be good.
Take it away, Steph.
Okay, and JD from Facebook says, I really love it, especially if I'm a huge fan of the celebrity. I love guessing what's coming soon. I'm with you, me too. That's what the hype and the excitement's all about. Look at Game of Thrones and how excited Brandon and I have been by all the teasers, the trailers.
Yes.
It gets you excited, you want to tune in. I'm counting down.
Great point, Stephanie. Yeah, I'm on her side. What she said. Elliot from Facebook says, I hate it. I just want to know the big announcement. I don't like to feel anxious while waiting for the big news. Hey, Elliot, I feel you too because I suffer from anxiety. So I get it. It is, but I have to agree with all of you. Yeah. I mean, it's part of it. I think Taylor Swift did a great job with the snake emojis.
Totally.
Capitalizing on the whole controversy with her and Kimye, them calling her a snake. So, and then she built up to that album. And I think you just got to do it right and you got to be selective about it.
And in the world of
don't cry wolf.
In the world of social media, we market our own projects now. You know, that's how we keep money in our pockets as artists, musicians, whatever. So you kind of have to do it these days. We're not Beyonce. We don't have a beehive.
Excuse me. You're not Beyonce.
First she goes nice, then she tells me I'm not Beyonce. What's going on, Tori? We got to talk about this at the break, Tori.
It is Friday now. All right, Alec Baldwin woke up to a surprise outside his door this morning. So let's head to Raquel Villanueva. She has that news at the moment. Raquel.
So Sam, a scuffle last year over a parking spot landed Alec Baldwin in some hot water, and he eventually pleaded guilty to harassment charges. Well, now someone wants to make sure that never happens again. Alec just posted this picture on Instagram. Someone outside his building made a spot that says reserved Alec Baldwin. He captions it, not funny. Okay, it is funny, but not funny. You catch me? Both his daughter Ireland and Billy chimed in and said it is indeed hilarious. The Saturday Night Live star had to eventually take an anger management class. And in other SNL news, we just learned Adam Sandler will host the first show for the first time ever, May 4th. And maybe he'll share a skit with Alec.
Interesting.
Sandler's never.
Well, you're a comedian. What do you think about that? Do you think it was funny to make fun of?
The only problem with this is there was violence, and we never want to be promoting violence. And we have heard Alec Baldwin go a little out of control with that voicemail to his daughter. So it's funny, but with Alec, it's something of a problem with his anger. So and I think he has to work on it. I really do.
But he has to be able to take it. You do impersonations of Donald Trump. Yeah. You're the guy that's giving it, so you got to be able to take it. And I need one of those for the closet in the makeup room because Stephanie's starting to intrude on my look.
Excuse me, what?
You can't even reach that high to where I put my stuff up at the top.
Brandon,
now you have a bag
have got
there.
just as much room as I do, darling. Don't play that one.
You know why both of you don't have room? It's because this one took all four of the cubbies.
What's that?
That's why.
I gotta go.
Coming up on DBL, you've never seen a cycling class like this. Find out why Brandon is singing its praises. That's coming up next.
Like nobody does. This is how.
Alrighty then. Over there. Come over this way. Perfect. All right. Stephanie. Stephanie's brother and sister. We have a question for you.
Yay!
For Matthew and Natalie, Matthew and Natalie, brother-in-law.
You're gonna be on TV.
Oh no. Brother-in-law, I saw, you're absolutely right. Sister and brother-in-law, get over here.
Natalie and Matthew.
We have a question. Hey, Stephanie's brother-in-law sister, what up? This is James Jackson.
Hi,
Can you hear me? And then Stephen George wants to know what you think about Prince Henry wanting Fortnite to be banned, the game.
I don't play Fortnite.
No, do you play?
I don't play Fortnite.
Is it a big thing in England?
Huge.
It is a huge
Okay,
thing,
so
yeah,
huge.
yeah.
Why would he want to ban violence?
I don't know. I don't know what the game. What's the game? I'm looking at you.
You all like get together and then take down something. No, I know.
Okay, we're clearly not a family of gamers.
I know,
because we're all like, we don't know.
But it's interesting. What do you guys all feel about Meghan and Harry? That is something we've talked a lot about.
I love Meghan.
I'm a big Suits fan, so.
Suits, love Suits, good one.
Suits. I really like her, and I love Prince Harry. He's my favourite royal.
Is he?
So, yeah.
When I went there for the royal wedding, it seemed that Harry was the standout. Everyone was protective of him from Diana. It seems like
everyone loves him.
everyone loves. So there's not.
There's a bit of animosity with Meghan though and Kate apparently. So
That's what I've heard.
I don't know.
Well, she's stolen the limelight.
They don't feel the love.
They don't feel the love.
Yeah,
Can you feel it? No, they can't. No, they can't. They can't. Ask more questions. They're great. All right, bye, guys.
Welcome back to DBL. With our busy lives, it's easy to skip a workout after a long day, but joining a fun class can give you all the motivation you need to stay on track. Check out my visit to Epic Ride for a karaoke spin class on today's DBL Health Blast, presented by Dr. Ho.
Are you ready? Here we go. And resistance, P.S. We're gonna do this while singing.
When did it set in that, you know what, I really got something going here?
Fitbit put out a blog. It was called the Top 5 Boredom Busting Workouts in America. And it says when you're in Denver, Colorado, to come and see me for some guilty pleasures.
Tell me a little about yourself and how you got started in the fitness field.
Back in 2004, I took my very first indoor cycling certification program. Because I think that I don't fit like a normal fitness instructor body type or profile, at first I was really nervous. But then as I sort of relaxed into just being myself, I found that that's where the magic really started to happen. Your job tonight is to get as close as you can to the edge of what you think is possible and hang out there.
I feel like to inspire others, you've had to have gone through something.
I was homeless, and that was 11 years ago.
So you went from being homeless to being an inspirational fitness instructor. Do you feel as though what you're doing is fulfilling?
100%. So I just sort of used those opportunities to translate my own hardship and the way that I envision things into bringing that inspiration into my classroom.
Yeah. What is it about group exercise and group training that just gets you going?
I'll tell you, the big thing for me is the vibration that it raises. So one of the key things about my class in particular is that we sing along. It's been my experience that people come out of here just like, you're just vibrating because of the energy that we create together as community.
I hate working out on my own. So what are the benefits of a group exercise program?
Once you sign up for something, you gotta show up. And when you show up, it helps you to get in the habit of showing up in these other ways in your life. Fun, of course. I mean, you gotta bring the fun and the function together. It's not about enduring an hour on the bike and being miserable. It can actually sink into it and have fun. Then the fear starts to melt away.
I need everybody to be nice and loud for DBL, baby. Here we go. DBL!
Are you ready to quit sabotaging your health and live your life to the fullest? Call Dr. Hose at 1-800-393-6540.
I was singing Montel Jordan's "This Is How We Do It," and we'll be right back.
Hey everyone, it's Leo here with the DBL Stream team to talk about the shows we're watching and shows coming up that we're excited to watch. And you can always join in on the binge because these shows are streaming across platforms like Netflix, HBO, Amazon Prime, and Hulu. Now this first one, super excited about this. It's called The Act. It's a Hulu original and it's an anthology crime series, so every season is gonna follow a different story. But the first one is the 2015 case of Dee Dee Blanchard and her daughter Gypsy, and Gypsy starts to finally slowly figure out that she doesn't have the disorders that her mom has been telling her for her entire life. And this is based on a true case. But this is such a good series, everybody. I mean, you've got the great ambience of unfolding this mystery. Is Gypsy actually have all these disorders like her mother told her about? Or is she actually able to walk? Is she actually able to drink sugar? She tells her she's allergic to sugar, and she's actually not. So she's slowly starts to unfold these, but this is some powerful acting. You've got great acting out of Joey King, who plays Gypsy, an almost exact clone for clone of the real Gypsy. Wonderful series. Check it out. It's streaming on Hulu right now, and there's actually going to be a new episode today. And this next one, everybody knows this next one. Game of Thrones is streaming on HBO, and I just got done with the 5th season, and let me tell you guys, I've been watching this show back since it came out, and this is about the 5th or 6th time I've gone through, and it feels good to get done with season 5 and into season 6, but season 8 is coming up very soon on April 14th, so check that one out as well. And then some shows we're looking forward to that are actually coming out this week: Chilling Adventures of Sabrina Season 2, which is a much darker take on the Sabrina teenage witch that we all know and usually love. And then A Quiet Place is also coming to Hulu, which is John Krasinski's first directed movie. It is a super, super scary movie that barely has any sound in it, guys. But come back next week for some more shows, and we'll see you next time with the DBL Stream Team.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Tori?
Veronica wrote into Brandon. She says, Brandon, that intro to Dr. Ho, keep your day job.
That's a good thing. This is my day job. I love it. Wait.
She called you a bad singer.
Oh, are you kidding me? This sound like Usher. Here we go. We'll see you on Monday, same time, same place. This is DBL.
Yes!
That was good.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Good job. That was really good, actually.
Brilliant. So funny.
That was funny.
Oh,
Random.